Hello everyone and welcome to Nancy's Magic Touch in DIYs. In today's video, I'm creating a small video in memory of my mom. I don't know if you guys watched one of my thrift store haul where I found a blueberry basket and brought me instantly to tears because my mom was a berry picker. So mom's favorite berries to pick were strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, and I'm going to create a basket for each different kind. So let's get started. I found this beautiful hanging basket and I'm going to modify it just a little bit. It's absolutely beautiful the way it is, and it's nice and farmhouse looking, and that's the look I'm looking for. So I'm simply going to take a pair of scissors and cut off these wave trims that are around it in the green color, as I don't want the color green on my basket and it would be very difficult to try to paint these little trims. So I'm going to remove all of these trims on the basket. I'm painting all the green border around the top in a white color. I'm using chalk paint, but it could be any paint really, and I'm just very carefully painting around the basket. I found this cute little sign at Michael's, and I'm going to use this sign as is. I'm not going to modify it because it's kind of just perfect the way it is, but I'm going to put some sticky dots and stick this little sign in front of the basket. And the reason why I'm using sticky dot is because I don't want this to be permanent, and I don't want to put hot glue, as I could probably damage the basket if I remove the sign. That way, this is a secure way of being able to reuse my basket without damage and use it for other decor. I found these beautiful little berry bunch at Michael's as well. I could only find two, unfortunately, so I'll have to make it work. And I'm simply going to put this in the basket along with some other greenery. and this completes the look of the basket. But then I had another idea and I want to try another option. So I'm carefully removing the little sign and the sticky dot off the basket, as I think the sign would be cute hanging on one of these hooks. So I'm going to remove this and add something else to the basket. I have these beautiful plaid dishcloth on hand, so I'm going to place it in the basket, leaving a little corner out, but I want to make sure I'm not hiding all of that white stripe on the top of the basket, as I want that to be seen. And then I'm going to put the greeneries and the strawberries back in the basket. And here is my strawberry basket hung up in the porch. I'm loving this result. I put a white bead hung onto these pegs in a heart shape, and I think this is a beautiful added touch to a nice farmhouse look. These strawberries are so cute and look so real. I only wish I would have more to put into the basket. I absolutely love this basket, and I'm sure that my mom would absolutely love it too. This is the blueberry basket that I found at the thrift store that brought me to tears, because I instantly thought of my mom, and it's absolutely filthy. So I'm taking a toothbrush and a wipe to loosen up all that dirt and that dust that's stuck in between the berries. It is really, really, really dirty, so it's going to take me some time to get it nice and clean, but I am determined to make this basket absolutely beautiful. But you can see all the grind and dust in there, and it's pretty gross. So I'm going to take my time and get this nice and clean. I got another one of these cute signs at Michael's, and I'm going to modify this sign a little bit. I'm not liking the yellow, and I find that the berries are a little too purple, so I'm going to modify that. The first thing I'm doing is taking some paint to try to match the berries to the blue of the blueberries in the basket. So I'm using some blue colors that I have on hand and mixing that up with some black, and hopefully I can get a little bit closer to that color. I think the color that I achieved here would be okay to put on my little sign. So what I'm doing is taking a small paintbrush, and I'm going to dab some of this paint over the blueberries on the sign, just to try to make it match a little bit better. I like the color. As you can see, it's a much better fit than that purple. I'm going to apply a little bit more and make it a little bit more deeper. And then I'm going to soften it up with a little bit of white after that. Now I'm using some Crafts black paint that I have on hand, and I'm carefully going to paint the frame of this little sign. I'm using one of the small dowel that I have on hand. I'm simply going to crack it in two. I'm going to use some stain. I think this is called Dragon Breath. This is the closest color that I have to the basket, and I'm going to stain the stick. Now I'm wiping off some of this excess stain, and I'm simply going to put that on the side of my basket and hot glue the sign on the very tip of the stick with a very, very little glue. And here is the result. I am so in love with this little blueberry basket. It really gets to me. The little sign turned out perfectly with the deeper color, and I think this would look fantastic in a farmhouse country style kitchen, and I am absolutely in love with this piece. I found this basket at the thrift store quite some time ago, and I haven't used it. I was waiting for a nice project to do, and this is perfect since I'm doing a project DIY. So these flowers are so filthy and dirty, they all coming out and going to the garbage. So this is the first thing I'm doing. I'm removing everything. I'm also removing this faux grass. It is so dusty, and also removing this block of foam as I don't need it, and it came out pretty easy. And the stuff that's left on the bottom of the basket, I'm going to remove that as well. I'm also removing this bow out front. I'm going to be very careful as I really don't want to damage the front of this basket. And the bow came out pretty easily, but I have residue of hot glue, so I'm taking some tweezers and very carefully removing that without damaging the basket. I used a scraper to get rid of the glue on the bottom. It came out pretty easily and I did not damage the basket at all. So now this basket needs a good cleaning. So I'm taking again a toothbrush to get into all the little weaved in the basket and get all the detail, just to loosen up that dust so I can wipe it off and clean this basket properly. My basket is nice and clean and it actually looks new. I'm loving this little basket and I absolutely love the little hinges on the back. They're like a little spring hinges. They're so cute. So now let's move on to the next step. I'm using another one of these beautiful dishcloth in the corner of the basket as I did with the strawberry basket. I found these beautiful raspberry bunches at Michael's as well, and this time I was lucky enough to find more than two. I have a few more. I'm going to use them all and I'm going to place them on the side of the basket and just kind of lay them on the basket and adding a little bit of greenery mix to it. I really want the raspberry branch to kind of stick out of the basket a little bit. I really want to be able to see those berries really well, so I'm leaning them towards the front a bit more. Now I'm grabbing some beads that I have on hand, and I'm simply going to pick some of the smaller beads that I have in the mix of these beads, and probably just get enough to create a little bead string. So I'm gonna go ahead and sort these out. I'm using some toothpicks to paint my beads. It makes it so much easier. So I'm putting 4 beads onto the toothpick and using some of this bright red color and give 2 coats of paint to 4 of those beads. I'm using a hairdryer to speed up the drying process between each coat. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish all the rest of these beads with the white color and speed drying with the hair dryer in between both coats. I'm using an oval shape tag that I had on hand already painted, but it's not exactly the same color white as the beads, so I'm simply going to give one coat of paint to this oval shape tag to make it match perfect. I'm using stamp for this project. I have some acrylic stamp from Close to My Heart, and these are letters and numbers, and I'm using the number 5. I was going to use some ink for this project, but I changed my mind. I'm going to put my number 5 onto my acrylic block and use the same red color paint and carefully apply that red paint to the stamp. Now I'm carefully going to stamp this into my oval tag. I'm using a very small paintbrush and the same red paint, and I am going to make the cents sign as I want it to say 5 cents. I'm carefully going to apply a little bit more of red paint over the 5. This is much easier when the stamp is always done half of the job for you, but I want it a little bit deeper, so I'm just putting more paint on it. Then again, I'm using my hair dryer just to speed up this drying process. I've cut myself a piece of twine rope, and I'm going to put that both ends through the hole of the tag and just loop it around so that I can now put my beads on each side of my string. And I'm going to start by putting the red and then a white and then another red and continue with the white all the way to the top on both sides. Now that my sign is complete, I'm simply going to attach that to the handle of the basket. And here is the final result. I am so in love again with this piece. This little tag is the perfect touch to add to this basket. And those berries again look so real. I am in love with this basket. And then again, I know that my mom would absolutely love it too. That's it for this video, folks. This was in memory of my mom because she loved picking berries for us so much. My mom passed away 3 years ago. I miss her very much, and this is a nice way of thinking about her. So for those of you who this was the first time on my channel, thank you so much for dropping by. And for those of you who are keeping on coming and supporting me, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So I want to hear your comments. Of course, if you like this video, I need those big thumbs up. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel and you like this video, well, today is a perfect time to join Nancy's Magic Touch and DIYs. Until next time, folks, you have yourself a wonderful day.